I'm good, thank you.
Recording in progress.
So before we start the questions, we might start with I got some question about like how we can push our folders to the GitHub. So while you guys are trying to use your website, we said we are going to publish them, host them from the GitHub. So I believe Tunç did that. Tunç, can you share your screen and like at least you can share how we can upload our files to the GitHub? Tunç. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Except Tunç, I think. Tunç, can you hear me? Or is there anyone who has a GitHub account?
I think I have a GitHub account, but once I tried to upload something with Gülbey, but it didn't go live, I guess, or like, I don't know, maybe I couldn't make it.
Yeah, can you just share the screen? At least we can see.
Sure.
At the same time, do you have the like at least index HTML file for your website?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
No.
not yet. This is my GitHub.
Okay.
I signed in, but I don't know how to.
Can you just click on that plus sign or right next to the plus sign? New repository. Yeah, just give a name. You can say resume or like whatever. Okay. If you want to like others to see your website, you should make them public.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can add the README file.
Mm-hmm.
Just click on that checkbox. And then you can just create your repository. Okay. Now, can you see in the middle, you have add file, right top corner, yeah. You can just upload files. Yes, click on that. Just try to upload any HTML file you have.
HTML.
Or CSS, whatever.
Okay, let me see where is. I'm not sure if I have.
You guys are
Here.
Yeah, one of the document which is web development, right? So you can just pick any of this one.
In there. It's here.
It is here, okay. And
just one page?
it is, we are just doing as an example.
Okay.
Yeah, we are just learning how to upload a file to the GitHub. So if you have more than one, you can just do the same way. And when you do any change on your HTML, people usually put some comments over there and they commit the change. In that way, they can just add some notes over there. What did they do? Because usually people are using this GitHub. For example, Aslı, me, Ebru, we are all using the same file. And whoever makes any change, they put some notes over there. They commit the change. In that way, when I look the file, I am saying like, oh, she made a change like this, it was like this before, blah, 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 blah.
So they can edit my HTML file and write a description here.
If you guys are using the same GitHub repository. This is all about the repository. And since we already talked about the cloud computing, this is part of the cloud computing. Because like normally there's another app which is Git only.
Mhm.
Git is working just for the local computer. If you download it, it is just gonna work on your computer. But there is a way to push your code to the GitHub. In that way, what's happening in your local computer, it sends all the code, whatever you write it down, it is pushing to the GitHub. In that way, it is going to become reachable for the others who has the same repository. For example, while you are working in a company, if they are working with the GitHub, okay, and they are going to share the repository, in that way, you and other Salesforce developers, they are going to share the same repository. That's why like it is better if you guys like dig into it, since you have an account. But for now, uploading your file, and also one more thing I'm gonna show, which is gonna be, so you need to share a link for your website. In that way, people can reach your website, right? So for that one,
So
you
this is uploaded, right? No
this
save
is
button,
uploaded.
no
You can
done
just,
button.
yeah, you can just say commit changes.
Hmm.
That is it. Now, in here on the green, like it is saying code, just click on that. You are gonna see a link here. And you are gonna have copy on the right hand side. Yeah, just copy that and send it to chat.
Chat,
Yeah,
where is it?
on the Zoom chat.
Okay. Chat.
Right now we are testing like what we are gonna reach when we click on that link.
I don't know what's inside the index. I hope.
We don't know either, but
So let me share mine to make, as Aslı can click and,
Yeah.
try to open mine. I don't mind.
when we
Here.
click Aslı's link, it takes
This is
us
mine.
to the same repository here.
Hmm. Okay. So this is Tunç.
Yeah, so if you
Right.
would like to reach Tunç's code, you can just click on that.
We see it that way,
Yes.
all the code.
How about the physical website? Is there any way to see that? Or just the code option?
Yes, like normally what you guys are doing, you just write down this one on the Visual Studio Code, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How do you open like your code on the website?
So we copy in the path.
Yes, do the same thing on your like actual computer. In this case, for example, Tunç has the website ready, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you share the screen, Tunç?
Sure. Let me share those screen. Yeah, and on the Visual Studio side, this is the, the code to say, go live. And this is the web page.
Okay, and when you copy that URL,
But this is on my computer.
Can you share that URL on the chat? We are just trying.
Okay.
Yeah, we
No,
cannot,
we cannot reach.
reach this one. Let me check on my end.
This is kind of, that shouldn't be look like that. Just into the and then gonna be. There should be a way.
Do you guys remember where did I share the link of Chilem's website?
You sent the code on Slack, but you send it as code, not a link.
Didn't I?
guess. I think.
Okay, let me see.
Do you need Chilemonum code? I have it.
No, not the code. I just need the link for the website. I'm just not sure where to go. Oops. I think she just removed the link. Okay. Later on, I'm just gonna check that one and I'm gonna share with you guys.
Okay.
And I can show you like how can you share that link, because what we are going to do is we need to put that link to our resume. If someone needs to check your personal website, they can also go through that.
So
All
I'll
right.
stop sharing.
Yes, please. So let me share. So the second one. yesterday, what we were doing. Right here, I believe. Did we see this one yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about the profiles. And then next thing, we have some standard profiles. Do you guys remember any of the standard profiles? Any?
Like chatter free, like standard user.
Standard user is one of them, yes.
Okay, a standard user, chatter free, marketing user.
So is there anyone who's gonna be able to show me like how we can reach this standard profile?
So we can go to the setup through the Salesforce.
Okay, let me come to that point. Setup
Yep. Users.
users.
Yep. Any users.
Profiles, I think.
I think so.
So I try to show it through the any user. So over here, we can click the G Sanjay.
But in that
Or-
way, you can just see his profiles.
You can see the profiles on the right-hand side, but still on profiles, you can see more. Yes,
Well, yeah. So as far as we have the profiles as a different segment here, we can see all the profiles, right?
and we can see the custom ones checked next to it. And
Yes.
the others are standard.
So in that way, we can easily recognize which one are custom, which one are like standard. Is that correct?
Looks like, yes.
In that list, what we had, if you guys take a photo or something, we said read only, right? This is one of them. The other one was standard user, right here.
System administration.
System administrator. And then we have marketing user.
Mhm.
We have contract manager.
Marketing user was one of the questions yesterday.
Yes. So it is easy something, but just try to remember. Today, I am trying to finish this set of the interview questions. When I complete this one, there are like 3 more left for the just admin side. What are they? It is going to be like relationships, reports and dashboards, and data security. After then, we are going to be able to complete the admin interview questions. For example, today I'm not going to do any other quiz, but sometimes I'm going to do some quizzes. And beside that quizzes, I'm going to like ask you guys questions. And after completing the admin interview questions, I'm going to do some mock interviews just about the admin questions. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the next topic will be the role. What is role? Like how you can explain the role inside Salesforce and how we can go through the role. Or what we can do with the roles. for example, yesterday when I asked you the profiles, one of you guys said it is like a hierarchical organization level.
Roles are,
I believe it was Tunç, yeah.
yeah, roles are hierarchical level standardization positions, given the eligibility to reach out the level of the, the accessibility to the org. Means if you are a CFO, you're able to reach out entire units like an administrator. I'm talking about just for a organization base. Or if you are just a standard user, you have restricted sites like reports, like deletion or edition, something like that.
The first part of your answer is correct.
Okay.
But second part, when you go through the standard user, that is profile. That is nothing about the role. So when you heard about the role, first thing you are gonna remember, it is about the hierarchical level in the organization. What does it mean? There is like CFO, there are like managers, there are like subordinates, they say, like if someone behind the managers and it goes like that level. So they call them subordinates. They can reach different level of records. If you just say this, it is okay. Because if they ask you something about the roles, the next question, most probably it is going to be about the profile. And then they are going to ask you what is the difference. And how we can reach the roles.
Data, role.
Just roles here. Click on the roles. Then we can just say easily set up the roles. Don't forget to expand all. In that way, you are gonna be able to see the whole hierarchy here. So, which means there is like the company here, CEO here, CFO, COO, SVP customer service and support. These are all about the CEO. And for example, if we go through the customer support international, this is like the below level of subordinates of SVP customer service and support. Because when I close this, they are gonna be gone. You can easily identify from they have some lines like Visual Studio Code. So if we are just looking these roles, we can easily say manager is reporting to VP North American Sales. And manager's peers are director, direct sales, and director of channel sales. And these guys have subordinates, which are channel sales team. If we would like to add here some people, so they are going to be on the sales team, channel sales team.
So subordinates, which ones are subordinates, you said?
So this is the CEO, right? Somebody underneath the CEO is the subordinate.
Each under levels calling subordinates, am I right?
Yes. So according to their hierarchy level, they can view, edit, or they can create some reports about the data, whatever is shared with them. But just because of the hierarchical level, they should be able to see their subordinates' records. As long as nobody restricted. We are gonna see that kind of stuff on the like data security, so I'm not gonna go through the details right now. Any question about roles? Anything?
So what is the difference between profile and role?
Yes,
you
that
gonna
is that is
explain?
the next question. So roles, we said according to their hierarchical level, they can see or view or edit some of the data which is shared with them. So it is about like can we say it is about like record level access?
Yeah,
Yes.
Because it is about data, right?
Yes.
Where is data inside the fields which creates the records? And when I say record level access, what do you guys understand? Like what kind of security we have as a record level? I'm not going to go through the details, but basically roles, profiles, these are related to the data security. That's why like I want you guys to be able to establish the relationship between profile, role, and data security. Do you guys remember any kind of record level access?
Like CRUD?
It is something different.
What did you say, Tunç?
Like CRUD?
CRUD.
Create, read, edit, delete.
Yeah, so some of them says CRED.
Yeah.
CRED. When they say CRED, it is edit. When they say CRUD, it is update.
Update.
But basically it's the same thing. So I believe nobody remember anything to the record level access. So record level access is like if I say OWD.
Yeah, organization wide.
If I say role hierarchy, which we
Default.
mentioned,
Yeah.
sharing rules, manual sharing, these are all about the record level access. What about profiles? Profiles, they are related to the object level and field level access, which like Tunç mentioned CRUD. This is about the object level, also field level. General permissions, tab level permissions, these are related to the profiles. How do we know that? If we go back to the profiles, if we just go to the custom profile which we created, if we go to the object settings, why they call it object level security or object level access for the profiles? Because when we say object settings, we can arrange like the permissions here for the object, specific object. This is the profile. Whoever has the demo user profile, they can arrange their account object access if they have the system admin. So what we were doing, we were just clicking on edit. Where is the CRUD? Right here. This is create and edit. And also one more thing we were doing. Not from here, that was something. I think it is just for the standard system administrator. Okay, this is all we can see until we go to the object settings. Read, create, edit, delete. This is object level. There was something which we did, change the seeing this profiles. I don't remember now.
It was somewhere from setup, we should write something else instead
Yes.
of profiles.
We were changing the view of this like permissions. I'm just,
It was assignment rules.
Edit properties.
I don't think so. Not from here. We should go somewhere else and click one of the checkbox. In that way, we are going to change the like view of this
View.
profile. System permissions not deserved. Exactly. Because Sanjay was asking us to change this one. No, not this one.
Probably from the layout, but which one? Page layout?
No, it is. It's just tip of my tongue, but I don't remember the name of like
It was
where we need to go.
like 3-word something, I guess 3 or 4. It was a long, something long.
Permission set, no permission set. Chapter data. Because if I can reach that thing, that way I am gonna be able to show you guys like the actual CRUD, but I don't remember now.
Permission sets maybe.
It is set up. Select process automation. User interface. No. Anyway, I couldn't remember now. I don't wanna. Spend my time over here. Okay. We can see the same thing here. For example, when I click the like sales Salesforce administrator profile, if we go to the, is it permissions?
Yes.
No, this is not the view.
There is a custom permissions. Under the flow,
Which one?
the custom permissions.
No. It is,
One of those.
okay. Anyway, if we just click on the like object settings, we can easily see the object permissions here. And if we go to any object, which is, we pick the account right now, this is the create edit CRUD permissions. When we say edit, we are going to be able to edit them. And these are the fields. So this is the field level security for that specific object. Does it make sense? So from the profiles, we can reach object level security, which is object permissions, which is CRUD. Then we have view all, modify all. And also from profiles, we can reach the field level security. What is the field level security? We can give that specific field under the specific object. We can make it like only read access, or we can make it read and edit. So when we make it read and edit, what we are doing exactly, we let the person who has the profile of this user demo or system administrator, right now we are inside the system administrator profile, they should be able to, inside the object, account object, in the billing address, they should be able to read, and also they should be able to edit, which means they can update the records from this field. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So when we say the roles, it is about the like record level access, which you cannot reach from the profiles. Is there anything about the records? No, it is just the fields. They can change the data inside the field if you give them like the edit,
Option.
but they cannot play with the records from the profiles.
So is this the difference between profile and role?
This is the biggest difference between profiles and roles.
Roles are record level access, which we cannot reach from profiles.
Yes. If they ask you like, what is the record level access? Then you should be able to count all this,
OWD and
role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing. And you should know like what does it means inside these. We are gonna touch the details on the data security. Okay, so if I ask you, I think you guys didn't see this one while learning. So have you ever heard about transfer records?
No.
Transfer record is something, it is just kind of permission, okay? And when you give this permission to somebody, they should be able to transfer a record then the user will have the ability to transfer the records which have only read access. What we are telling here, it is like about the records, right? Let me come back. It is about the record level access something. So say someone doesn't have a permission to see one of the record, which we said like roles about the record level access. Okay, let's go through from here. We are talking about manager. Manager doesn't have ability to see director of direct sales person's record. He has only read access. But if we give them the permission, since like still, actually they are at the same level, we should talk about this guy. Manager is not able to see the VP North American salesperson's records because he is under it. Subordinate. But he has a read access only. He can see whatever the record he or she created. But if we give him a kind of permission, in that way, he is gonna be able to transfer that record while he has only read access. This is the transfer record. Does it make sense? Does it? No.
It should be between ordinate to subordinate, right?
Yeah, because it is about like level security,
Okay.
record level security. We are just talking about the records.
And it's just gonna give the read access.
No, we are talking about someone has a read access only.
Okay.
Normally, he or she cannot transfer anything because they can only read, they can only see the record.
Okay.
But when we give the permission, they should
They-
be able to transfer that record since they have only read access.
Okay.
Yesterday or the day before yesterday, we talked about the like company profiles. What we can see from the company profiles. I think we were talking about the like additions, Salesforce additions, and what kind of licenses we have, that kind of stuff. These are the things we can reach. This company profile is important because if you work just as a like Salesforce admin or even Salesforce developer, sometimes you need to know how many licenses left, how many like storage is available. Like what is the fiscal year, for example? Do you guys have any idea about the fiscal year?
You just got the question on the examination about it. And it's happening once a year for every company, every organization. Probably they.
Is it something standard or is it something can change?
I think every company has a standard one.
I don't think so.
By the way, I found the thing that we couldn't remember.
Did you? Okay, sounds good.
I'll let you know.
Let us finish this, then we can come back. So fiscal year is each and every company describe a fiscal year for themselves. which is changing company to company. For example, some of the companies says like March 31st is the fiscal year ends for them, which means April 1st is the next fiscal year starts. They, according to that fiscal year, they are arranging their like accountant stuff and everything, all the like, of course they pay their taxes according to like IRS, but fiscal year is changing. Like, for example, if they are making any promotions, they might do it like end of the fiscal year. Or if they are gonna give Tunç some promotion, they can do it end of the fiscal year. And where we can reach this information from the company profile. What kind of language like companies are using? Not all the companies are speaking in English, but some of them, they use their own. Maybe French, maybe like something else, Turkish. They can put the local time zone in that way. They should not be using the PST time. As a standard, in Salesforce, everything is PST time. Number of license, we talk about that. Let me go to the company profile. Okay. So as you see, we can reach the how many licenses we have in total and how many of them are used, which how many are left here. This is really important information. And then these are the permission set licenses. If they have active here, for example, we didn't use any of these are. What kind of feature licenses they have? There was 2, we used only 1 for the marketing user. And this is the fiscal year. So is it January or May? Is it ending the month or beginning the month? So each and every company can like modify according to what they are using, but you should not assume like each fiscal year starts like January 1st and ending December 31st. That is not correct. It is changing according to company to company. What kind of holidays they have? They can add it. What kind of languages they are using? They can like enable or disable in that way people can use or not. I just wondered, is there any Turkish here?
I saw the Tunisia.
Yes.
I saw it, the third one, fourth one.
When we do Trailhead, always Trailhead ask to us, you can change your language.
Please,
Maybe
please
you,
don't change it to Turkish.
yeah, I never changed, but I just remember.
Yeah,
I think
at the like while you are doing the hands-on practice, it is asking like you can change.
yeah, I think it's the same.
This is the
Okay.
domain policy. If you would like to like restrict it, you can restrict it. If you are going to put any authentication configuration, you can do it. So basically, when you go to any company, if they ask you like they are going to do that kind of stuff, which you didn't do it before, you should ask these kind of stuff, like who has experience in that company before, because you cannot say these are all same for each company. It's changing company to company. And these are the domains like Salesforce is going to, like yesterday I mentioned, this is something Salesforce adding at the end. This one shows it is a developer edition, and this is the company's name. Any question on this?
No.
No. Okay. And also, one more thing I can show from here. Since while we are creating the user, as a admin, what we can do, we can just check the login history for that particular person. When he tried to like log in, if it is like failed, it is going to show you also here. So when you ask someone like, when did you last log into Salesforce? Even if they say something wrong, you can check from here. If you have any authentication connected apps, you can see from here. And if they have any approver, for example, if they are reporting to somebody who's like a boss for them, you can just put the delegated approver here. Say, for example, this is my manager according to this setting. Okay, I want you guys to dig into it. Okay. For example, this is standard Pacific time. Personal information. And do you guys remember this thing? I believe there is a question about this one also.
There was a
Yes.
question about this one in the our exam.
Yeah.
Maybe more than two, more than
Yeah.
three.
Why do we need this reset security token? When you reset this one, you are going to have an email, whatever you give for the Salesforce. Then on that email, it is gonna give you something like very long security token. And sometimes even you are using that security token with your password to log into data loader. This is like extra security thing.
So this security token is just for data loader?
It is not just for data loader, but if they ask you where to use it, you can just say, I am using the security token to log into the data loader with my password. All right. Yeah, that is the second question. So how we can reach the security token? Click your avatar. When we say avatar, it is your like the Salesforce thing here on the right top corner. Just click the settings. It is written underneath your name. And then on the left menu, reset my security token. If I do it one more time, this is your avatar. This is your name, setting. When you come here, reset my security token. Okay, so I am aiming to finish this part of this question, so I am going to a little bit faster. We talk about the fiscal year, starting and ending date of an organization's fiscal year. There are like standard or custom. We can change it according to the company. All right. I have a question about dependent pick list. Do you guys remember dependent pick list? What is dependent pick list?
I remember this. When the user chooses something from the pick list, then it shows the dependent pick list values to him, not the unnecessary ones. For
Do you
example, if he
Yeah.
choose like United States where he lives, and then you can see all the states. But if he chooses like Turkey as a country, then he sees the Turkey cities, kind of, not states.
Okay, that's correct. So the only thing you can use like the controlling field, like because dependent fields or dependent pick list values depends on the controlling field. If you are choosing the controlling field as a USA, if you are doing this one just for the countries and states or countries and cities, say we are just doing this one for states and cities, okay? If you pick Florida as a state, then you are gonna have only Florida's cities like Orlando, Melbourne, that kind of stuff. But if you just choose it like as a Georgia, then you are gonna be able to see Atlanta. You are not gonna be able to see the Orlando, Melbourne. It is like that. Do you guys remember where did we do that?
It was the fields, choose one of the object. How to create, I mean, or do you want to see the example?
Yeah, any example which we made it employee maybe?
We were choosing the department position, I guess.
Position,
I guess.
there's a pick list, level. Yeah, department is
Hmm.
controlling field
Yeah,
and level is
like
the,
yeah, like
Like
HR,
101.
finance. We were choosing like HR 001, HR 002, yeah, sales, something, yeah.
okay. So it is right here, one of the example we have. So where we can see, view the field, field level security. Okay, this is another way to reach the field level security. We mentioned we can reach the field level access over the profiles, right? While we are creating the fields also, we are doing this. So we can just make it read only, or like visible for every profile, whatever profile we would like to give. We can do this, but I was not looking for this. Accessibility. No. Okay, field dependencies. When we come to the field dependencies, controlling field is department. According to department, it is giving us the levels. In that way, we can understand which one is department, like dependent, which one is controlling field. We need to come to the, like, under the object, come to the fields and relationship, and click on the field dependencies. In this way, we can say, do you guys remember this screen?
Yes.
So department is sales, service, and marketing. If I choose the marketing as a department, I am not gonna be able to see like service 0, 1, 2, 3, or sales. I can only see these are. If I just choose the sales, I'm going to see only these three, not the service or marketing. So which one is dependent? Which one is like controlling?
Department is controlling.
Department is controlling because everything is going to change according to the department. If you choose this one, there is no way to see these are. That's why it is a controlling field. And level, this guy here, it is just a dependent field. It depends on controlling field. That's why what we said here, dependent fields depends upon controlling fields. I want you to like just remember one of the example which we did. For example, like department and service, like or level. Any of these ones before you go to the interview, like if they ask you, like you can just easily explain whatever you did. All right. Do you guys remember the page layout and record types?
A little.
Page layout. Okay.
What we can do with the page layout and what we can do with the record types? Okay, let's go to one of the page layout. So we are inside the employee object. We have full-time or part-time employee layouts. Okay, so when we click any layout, page layout, what we can do from here, like we can control or modify the fields, buttons, quick actions, mobile lightning actions, lookups, related lists.
We are giving a shape to page.
Yeah, we are modifying the page layout.
Yeah.
So what is the ability, what we can do with this? We can just modify the fields, buttons, quick actions, lightning actions, related list. I want you guys to like at least be able to say like 3-4 of these are. For that, you should imagine this page. Like quick actions, lightning experience actions. Then we can modify the like location of the fields, you can say. We can add like extra sections, right? We can pull this one, put over here and create another section. We can design the page layout according to like, I want to see all the fields at the same side, only one side, or I can split the screen to 2 columns. I can organize like what kind of like order they should take. This kind of stuff. So what is the record types? In the record types, it is about the, how can I say? It's about the business processes. Like, for example, what we can do or we cannot do. For example, in this pick list are available for editing, it says, right? This is full-time employee record type. What we have here as a department, we have all of them, sales, service, and marketing. These are 3 of them are selected. For the level, all of them are here. If we go back to part-time, let's see the departments. It is only 2. In that way, we can say in the record types, we can arrange what kind of pick list values are available for each page layout. Why? Because page layout and record types are related to each other. If you guys remember, to create the page layout, first thing we were creating the record types, right? And then we were picking that record type while we are creating the page layout. So in this one, this is the department info here.
We can see on the top of
Right.
save button. Left hand side.
On the left.
Full-time employee layout, it says. Were
No,
you
no,
looking for
I
this?
am just looking for where do we select, because while we are creating the page layout, we are selecting the record types. So for example, if I choose this one and give a name after then, I believe it is asking. No. If you remember, Tunç has lots of issue about this page layout. I don't wanna mess up.
So when we create record types, it says you can choose the record type. Is that what you were thinking?
This, if you guys know, just like this, record types are for the business processes. And it defines the pick list values, because according to whatever we are putting here as a pick list, that page layout, for example, we are using this record type for the full-time employee page layout. In that way, if we go through here, is employee here? Okay, in my case, it is here. So it is asking me like the record type in the beginning while I am creating something new. If I choose the full-time record type, it says as a description, this is just for full-time employees. If I'm a full-time employee, I can click on this. In this one, as a department, I can see 3 of them. But if I say new and I'm a part-time employee, then there's my department. I can see only 2. When I choose this one, accordingly, I need to choose the level, but it looks like I forgot to assign the level here, or maybe it
the
doesn't.
part-time doesn't have level of the.
Okay. So does it make sense? Like at least the difference between page layout and record types, what we can do or what we cannot do?
So we create the record type first and then the page layout, or
Yes.
page?
So if I just, for example, if I go back to here, the record types, if I try to, okay, it's asking me the existing record type first, whatever I would like to choose. If I'm going to use the master, because we use the master to build these are, then we just design it and name, label, make it active, and make it available for whoever you want to. And just go like next page. And when you go here, this is the, we are assigning or matching the record types with the page layouts. So this record type, full-time employee record type, we assign this one for all of these guys. Or when we say master layout, which is employee layout. This is available for all these profiles. When we say edit, which page layout we would like to edit? This one. And then, for example, this is for full-time we are using right now. Okay, just make these guys full-time. Like this. All right, let's continue. What is next? Like deleting the users from the Salesforce. How we can delete the users from Salesforce?
First, we need to freeze them to stop
Can
the
you
reaching out.
show me how to freeze it?
Good question. Should be under the users. Let's go to the users.
Okay.
Click the user right next to edit button.
Yeah.
You can share as the freeze button located right on the top.
Okay. When I freeze,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
It's gonna stop eligibility to reach out the organization for the user. This user not able to connect it to the Salesforce through this user account.
That is correct. But the first thing what you were saying, like how we can delete the user, you said we can freeze it first, then we can delete it, right?
No, we able to freeze it.
We
Okay.
cannot delete it, I guess. We
But my
just freeze
question was like how we can delete it.
Oh, my bad.
so no way to delete.
That's only the way I think, because it was the question on the exam. That's the fastest way to stop connecting to the org for a user.
Okay, let me start from here. By the way, we cannot delete the users from
Okay.
Salesforce. But freezing is something different. And they are just asking like deleting question as a trick. There is no way to delete it. What we can do, we can just like freeze it sometimes. Why do we freeze them? For example, it is a holiday season right now. And some of my teammates, they are going to like PTO from next week, and they are not gonna be able to join anything from the company within like 2 weeks. And I know that, and I don't want them to log into the Salesforce while they were in vacation in Dominican Republic. In that way, I can just freeze them, which is going to make it like they are not gonna be able to log in Salesforce. But it doesn't mean they are deleted or something. This is like a temporary solution to make any user not log into the Salesforce. Does it make sense? When they come back, I can just unfreeze them. That's it. Sometimes we cannot see this freeze button here. Sometimes. I can see now. But
Depends for the profile. Yeah.
this is system admin, that's why. But sometimes it doesn't show this one. But you guys know how to go to Classic, right? Salesforce Classic.
Yes.
When you go to the Salesforce Classic, if you search for user, because I'm not familiar with this Classic too much, Not the second user. I think, wait.
What do you want to see?
I would like to see the users from here. But not, okay, let me just click on this. It's not giving me the overview like I get used to.
Maybe the click down button
No.
next to follow.
No, I am going to setup. From the setup, I'm going to search for user. When I come here, I can see the freeze button here. But sometimes it is possible you cannot see on the lightning. Just keep in mind, in that way, it's like you can always go back to like classic and 100% you are going to see over there. Okay. The first part of the question, we cannot delete it. So if we cannot delete it, what is the reason for that? Because even if I delete this like Courtney Brown, what is gonna happen the fields which she created? We would like to like keep all the records. That's why like we would like to know who is the owner of that field, who created that field. Because what we know, when we go back to any record, we can see the owner of it, who created it, who last modified it. This kind of information is important because sometimes what's going to happen, maybe 3 years, nobody is going to touch this field, then it needs to be changed. And they are going to check first thing, like who created this, like why it is like this. Maybe she put like 1 0 extra here. They are going to try to find who is the responsible person. That's why we are not using, or we don't have ability to delete anyone. Instead of that, what we can do is we can just say edit. There is an active checkbox here. We can make them passive or inactive. If I make this one inactive and save it, then she's gone. This is like a longer term. Sometimes what's happening, people are leaving the company, 2 years later, they are coming back. When they come back, you can just easily activate, save it. If somebody asks you how to delete it, there is no way to delete it because of this reason. Who created the field or record, who last modified it, we would like to know. That's why like there is no delete option. But what we can do, we can just say edit and then make it inactive.
What is the difference between freezing and making inactive?
Freezing is short-term, temporary solution, like vacations. Easily you can unfreeze them when they come back to the company. But another thing about making active or inactive, if you guys remember, for example, this guy, say it has a like Salesforce license instead of Salesforce platform license. Where is my other system admin? This is my, I don't have another. Okay, say this guy is another system admin. If I make it inactive, then I can make this license free.
That's
If
fine.
you remember, there was like limited Salesforce license, right? If I can make this one free, then I can use it for someone else. But when you freeze it, when you freeze this person, even if you freeze it, they are still occupying this license. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys think about like why he's going details? Like,
Because I think some of them gonna be our interview questions.
because I am giving the details, because I'm gonna ask the details.
Okay.
And this thing, I need to modify it. Like it is just copy paste of the like making inactive. So there is a freeze option. I need to add it. All right. Static resources. So what are the static resources? We have ability to upload some images, files, zip files, documents, JavaScript files, CSS files, whatever is the files we can upload to the Salesforce, right? But we have a limit for it, which is 250 megabyte
For each file or totally?
in total. And
It's a
how
lot.
how do we know this like limit? If you guys remember, I think Ebru was
Yeah,
getting
Ezgi.
issue with that. And do you guys remember how did we solve this issue? We were
Recycle.
going
Deleting the documents that we uploaded.
from which files object? See? These are the uploaded files. When you go to the files, you are going to be able to see whatever you inserted here, uploaded. Basically, you can just delete them.
Delete.
And what is the limit?
250 megabyte.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. We are going to end up at 50, so I believe I'm going to be able to. There are some standard indexed fields like ID, name, owner fields, lookup fields, master detail fields, mass modified fields. When you hear the standard, you can just say these fields. For example, there is a lookup relationship in between account and contact as a standard. There is a relationship between account and opportunity as a standard. Okay, we talked about this. This question is repeating itself, the same thing actually. So next one. Okay, this is important, something. Some of the fields we cannot be added as a custom index, which is formula field. Most of the time, we cannot do anything with the formula fields. If you like, just remember the data types, one of them is formula. When you pick the formula as a data type, then you don't have any control on that. All right. Now, since we see the profiles, I have one question. Is there any chance two users have the same profile?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any way to one user have two profiles?
No.
I couldn't hear from Ebronil.
One user, two profiles, you said, right?
Is it
One
possible?
user, one user, one profile. We can change the profile
Yes.
for each user if they change in the role, or if we need the, you know, this license. We can change the profile, but we can not assign two users. We cannot assign two profiles for one user. We can just temporarily.
When I
giving them-
ask the profiles, Tunç asked me to go to the users, right? So what did I say? If we come here, we can just see like what kind of profile this specific user has. So is it
Yes.
possible to see like two different profile here? There is no
No.
way. One user has one profile only. But is it possible to have one profile, different users? It is possible.
Yes. Or we can temporarily.
Does it make sense?
Or we can temporarily give a permission for a user to manage other profile. Am I right?
What did you say?
We have be able to give a permission, like one of the manager goes to the location, be
Mhm.
able to give that permission, the manager permission for other user to manage temporarily for manager.
Yeah, we can change the
higher.
profile, or we can just create another, we can clone that standard profile or custom profile. We can create another one and assign it to him. We can do that. All right, the time is going so fast. I'm
Let's
almost
take a
done.
break.
No, there is no break.
Ebru is
is-
asking to join.
Okay, this is the last question, I believe. Is there any chance to edit the formula field?
Edit the formula field means we cannot modify or, you know, the formula field. But
I mean like this, like I don't know where we have the formula field. If we
Like-
have any,
like
from the
like-
UI, for example, we have on the account, I believe, right? Just a second.
we cannot change any formula field on the UI side. We can change the formula at the backend for a
From
different way, like
From the
today, or
setup,
like
yes, we can do it. If I go to the, for example,
Do we have a formula field on account?
see, count of employees. Is there any edit button here?
no.
If I go to the account from the setup, if I just
Employee
count,
of employee.
Roll-up
This is-
summary.
this is kind of a formula, but if you go to any formula also, if we have, can you guys see?
There is none because it says X.
If you have the formula, you are gonna be able to see the same thing. Like you don't have any option to edit it.
We can find it under the employee.
Review object also.
Yeah,
Review.
because
Yeah.
we, you know, arrange the payments and the annual fees,
Okay, so
rating.
no rating.
Rating is number, a position is formula text, and then position link formula, and then candidate link.
You said position.
No, in here, in review,
In the review object,
yes. Open one, this position field here. Apex position
this one.
test 2. This is formula field, formula text.
There is no edit option. All right. I think time is up and we completed like first 50 of them. So I'm gonna share the rest of the questions and we are gonna continue from there. There are like 3 more parts to complete the admin portion.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you guys later. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.